So I've got my form, I'm totally happy with it, and it's now ready to be used. So it's time to go to send. Now, just a little thing to be careful with here. When you're sending, you're now actually sending the form. You're not sending this editing view, you're actually sending the form itself that we've seen in preview mode so far. If you want someone to work with you on a form, you wouldn't send them, you add them as collaborators. That allows them access. So say I want my friend Bob to be helping me in with this document, I'd add collaborators and I'd then put in the address here. Okay, because at the moment only I can see it. So if I want to, just like all other privacy settings for sharing, if I want to add people, I can add them in at this point. I can control if they can just see it or if they can edit it and do anything with it. Anyone who's in editing with me can also see the results, which will become important later on. But that is sharing with someone else to work on. Sending is very different, so just be a little bit careful with that one. So the sending options, this is to send them the form to complete. I can either directly send it to an email address, so I could just type in the email address here, or I could send it to an email group. I could use Google Groups to put a mailing list on, if there are new distribution lists, I could email to that to get them out that way. I control the subject of the email, and then I can put a message in with it. By default, so it says, I've invited you to fill in a form. It's a bit impersonal. I might want to tidy it up a little bit and give some instructions with it as well. Can you complete this by tomorrow? There's an option to include the form in the email. I generally don't think that works too well, so a lot of people view their emails through different browsers, so it doesn't always work. So you can sometimes get problems or people having to fill it in twice. So I could do it that way, and I could automatically collect the respondent's email address, especially if they're within my organization. That's just useful, again, if I want to know who's done what. If I want it to be anonymous, I'll leave that off. If I want to get back to people, I need to tick that one. So that works if I know the address of people I'm sending it to, so quite a close-knit number of people or a large number of people, but I know exactly who I want to. Linking is the next option. For linking, this is if I wanted to put it onto a website or onto a blog site or anything like that for everyone else to access. I could also use a link, just copy and paste this one. I could take that link and copy and paste it anywhere I wanted to, and it'd be a hyperlink so people wouldn't have to type the whole thing out. I could put that into my Google Classroom. I could put that anywhere I wanted if I wanted children to use it. I do have the option to shorten the URL, which just tidies it up a little bit. I mean, again, you're going to copy and paste it as a link, so people aren't going to need to type all that out anyway. If you really wanted to, we could run that through a QR code reader website or a link shortener to get it down to 4 or 5 letters. Other option along here, if you're getting a bit ambitious, is there is the code to embed it into a website. So say you're using Google Sites and you wanted to embed it, just click on it, copy it across and paste it into the embed code of the website. Google Sites in particular, though, can cope with links quite well, and that does it that way, or link it via a button, which is a bit easier than going via the code. Other options as well, obviously via Facebook and via Twitter if you want to. And most organizations or managed accounts, those two will be disabled, but it is possible. So once you've got that, you've decided how you're going to send it. Obviously, links and the embedding, you just copy and paste it there, and people do it at their own time, and it's a bit more passive. The email, you put the address in and you hit send. At that point, the form is out there. You can still edit it, but when someone opens it, they'll be doing the one that was ready at the time when they opened it. So really, at this stage, it needs to be ready to go. If you're hitting send, you're saying it's live, it is good to go, and they're ready to start giving you responses. And congratulations, you've sent a Google form.